Hey, divine beings, welcome to the second week of May 8th, the week of May 8th. I hope everybody's doing great today. If you don't know who I am Sarah Ashley. I am an astrologer, tarot reader, and I'm an Akashic Records reader. This week, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to allow people to see what I do here for my subscribers, my Sacred Soul Circle, for free, a little sampler pack, if you will. So you see what I do on this channel for my subscribers. I also do monthly readings, and they also get a $22 discount off of all courses and all readings. So, all right, let's get into it. So this week is going to be a little bit rough. Now, I know a lot of us were terrified of that eclipse, and I want to tell you, I think that the lead up to the eclipse was probably worse than the eclipse. And the reason why is because sometimes the actual surgery is worse than getting the thing out. So the opening up of the wound was worse than getting the thing out. And once that thing was out, once the purge was out, we were fine. So this starting this Monday, we do have Venus. It's going to go right into Cancer. So we're going to have Mars in Cancer and Venus in Cancer. Mars being the life force energy, the motivational energy, and Venus being the love language energy, what we desire. And when Venus is in Cancer, Venus is all about taking care of others. It's very divine feminine. It's about how can we be there? How can we protect? How can we take care of? How can we do the care and feeding, right? Like the motherly type of thing, and just be sweet and gentle. But the thing is, this Venus in Cancer is not going to come in a way that's really fun necessarily. So we'll talk about that. So when we have this on Monday, this will go ahead and like basically not do any aspects until Tuesday. And that's what I really want to talk about is that Tuesday. But all throughout this week, we will have Saras, which is the asteroid of Mother. Okay, that is the asteroid of Mother. And that is why I am offering right now by DM only, by direct message only, that mother child karma reading for a half hour for $77 for everybody for the next 2 weeks, because your Saras and your moon does indicate what kind of karma you have with mom. So this Saras is going to square moon in Sagittarius. So that means that a lot of us might be experiencing throughout this week, because with this Venus in Cancer, which starts with Saras squaring moon, it's going to be a lot of intense energy about our own mother wounds, okay? Because Cancer does represent the mother. So a lot of us might be feeling like we're not getting along with mom. Mom is not understanding us. Mom is not letting us have our fun. Okay. So even if you're an adult, you might be experiencing that. This moon in Sag will trine Jupiter in Aries, which is really, really amazing, fun energy. But Jupiter in Aries will do some wonky shit at the end of the week too, and we'll talk about that. That moon trine Jupiter on Monday will just like, it's kind of like it's my party, and I'll cry if I want to with that Sarah square moon. So let's move on to Tuesday when the moon is fully in Capricorn, and this moon will oppose Venus. Okay. It will oppose Venus in Cancer. And just know that the moon is in its fall when it's in Capricorn, and Venus does not like to be in opposition to a moon in its fall sign. Okay. Especially a Venus in Cancer, because this is both feminine energy. So there might be a lot of push-pull energy with a lot of female friends and older females on Tuesday. Pallas Athena will also square the nodes on Tuesday. So Pallas Athena is all about our divine wisdom. And I feel like with the square to the nodes in Taurus and Scorpio, we're going to be feeling like maybe we messed up and we're getting caught. We are getting caught and we are paying some karma. All throughout the week too, especially starting on Tuesday, Sun will conjunct Uranus. So this Sun and Taurus conjunct Uranus, the financial sector, we might have a lot of financial issues with our natural resources. A lot of stocks, a lot of commodities might go down the pooper. I don't like to scare people, but I'm going to tell you what it is, what I see in the astrology here. This moon, this cat moon will trine Mercury retrograde. So it will give us some pause to think about, what did I do and how can I fix it? Okay. Wednesday gets especially tense. Pallas still squares the moon. We still have this Sun conjunction Uranus. And then on top of that, we have Chiron, the wounded healer, squaring the moon. Chiron in Aries. And then we also have Hygeia squaring the Sun. Hygeia and Aquarius squaring the Sun in in Taurus. So I feel like a lot of people might not be feeling that great. A lot of weird aches and pains, and just people just not being happy with not being able to like really solve the issue that they've created. So I think it's a lot of collective issues that are getting brought up to the surface, especially with that eclipse. We just have a lot of collective issues have been pushed to the surface. And we shouldn't feel guilty about the past, but we do need to take care of it in the present and stop making the same mistakes over and over again. With Mercury sextiling Saturn throughout the week, this Mercury in Taurus, sextiling Saturn and Pisces, it's like, okay, the karma that we have, the blinders are off. We're trying to figure these things out slowly but surely, slowly but surely. The moon will also oppose Mars on Wednesday. So people are going to be wild styles. Thursday, we'll start experiencing the last quarter moon in Aquarius. Juno, the asteroid of marriage and soul contracts, will square Saturn. See, this is a messy week. Oh, Mercury sextile Saturn. So people might be just like, bye, I'm done with you. You lied to me. This came out of the closet. Skeletons are being purged out of that closet because of this eclipse. And people are done. They're done skis. With this moon also squaring Mercury, moon in Aquarius, last quarter moon squaring Mercury in Taurus retrograde. Yeah, people are like, I'm done with you. This marriage, this relationship is over. And I'm not trying to say this to scare you. I'm trying to tell you this to prepare you. People are getting caught. Friday, not fun either, because we still have Juno squaring Saturn and Eros, asteroid of erotic love, squaring Sun. So yes, relationships be gone. A lot of relationships that were meant to be aren't going to be leaving, but then that's going to leave room for relationships that are authentic, like Venus trying Saturn, Venus in Cancer trying Saturn, Pisces, relationships that are supposed to be authentic, honest, truthful, especially with Mercury retrograde sextiling Saturn. This is all positive energy for relationships that are respecting you, honoring you, and keeping you feeling safe, like you're at home. Relationships that feel like you're at home in a non-trauma bonded way. The trauma bonds have got to go. The trauma bonds are leaving. And I know a lot of us might feel very pulled in during this time to get back into those trauma bonds because they feel safe, but they are not safe. They are dangerous. They are dangerous to your growth and development. Now, as Saturday and Sunday come in with moon in Pisces, it's very important for us to know that this moon is going to make beautiful aspects to Venus and also Saturn. So that's going to really be very beneficial for us to be in our highest and greatest good. It's going to be an easier weekend coming in because this whole week is going to be very difficult. So with that moon in Pisces, the moon's going to sextile Mercury. It's going to trine Venus. I really feel like a lot of us are just ready to relax. But then Sunday comes in and Jupiter is at 29 degrees Aries. So it's at the last degrees of Aries Sunday and Monday. But since we're just talking about this week here, I really feel like because Aries is such an explosive sign, it's ruled by Mars, and we just had that new moon solar eclipse in Aries, right? Not too long ago here, a little over 2 weeks ago. It's the same degree. It's 29 degrees, Jupiter in that degree. And it is squaring Pluto. It is squaring Pluto, guys. That is no bueno. So I wrote in my notes when I looked at the month, they said explosions, and explosions over delusions, a lot of miscommunication. So I really want people to be aware, to be clear. If you have something you're hiding, get it on the table. Stop being tricky with past people who you're trauma bonded with, and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself first and foremost, because all these people who are out here, and you know who they are, faking it, and a lot of people are kissing their asses because they're afraid of them, like they're playground bullies. Enough, because you don't want to be associated with them when the truth comes out. I will tell you that you do not want to be in the same room with them when the truth comes out. Because Melissa told me this. Melissa, Guided Star Healer, told me this. She put this on a reel. She channeled this a few weeks ago, and I think Amy did too. Amy, humble soul, you are the company you keep, because you will become like the people who you are around if you're around them for long enough. So let's get some cards, see what's coming up for this week. All right. Cards feel heavy in the hands. What is the energy for second week of May? Knight of Swords reversed. So be careful with your words. Be careful with your words, guys. Also, if someone's coming in too hot, they're probably not being honest. Okay, so some dishonesty here, perhaps. Okay, the challenge card. What are reversals? 10 of Swords reversed. Stop doing the same thing over and over again that's not serving you, that's making you feel tired and exhausted. It's enough already. It's like you guys have already lived through this cycle. Why are you putting yourself through this cycle again? That's what I'm hearing. And the advice card. Okay, Four of Wands is right here. So Four of Wands is saying, look, there's celebration here. This is the marriage card. Do you want to be in Venus trine Saturn types of relationships? Or do you want to be in Jupiter square Pluto types of relationships? And what else is going on this week? Do you want to be in Arrow square Sun relationships and Juno square Saturn relationships? Or do you want to be in Venus trine Saturn relationships? Like, the choice is yours. You could have the best relationships where they're solid, they're honest, they have passion, and it's authentic, it feels natural, it doesn't feel trauma bonded. Or you can have this bullshit. All right, let's get a Sacred Rebels card. All right, if you want to book a reading with me, you know where to find me. And that mother-child reading, you'll have to DM me. All right. Right, focus on the light. Yeah, focus on the light. Focus on the things that bring you joy and happiness instead of the past. Stop looking back into the past. Focus on what can be, not what has been. Okay, so I think a lot of us have gotten caught up in these old cycles, dragged back into them because of Mercury retrograde. So it's Venusian ruled. It's Venusian ruled, guys. So it is what it is. And you know what? I was in the Joe Dispenza book I'm reading. Even if you're not physically in that relationship, even if you're not talking to that person, period. But if you're thinking about them all the time, I mean, like, you're ruminating all the time, and it's been like months, you're still in that relationship. You're still in that relationship. So it is time to move past that timeline, because you were still in that timeline if that's all you think and talk about is that timeline. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.